Hello and welcome back to TED Talks Truth and Reality about how to eliminate evil's minions, fear, hate, doubt, guilt, and all the emotional offshoots of this symptom of selfism. Since the beginning of these Truth Talks, my underlying goal has been to get you to recognize, realize, and self-discover that each of us travels through this physical world alone. Each unique soul is alone, drawing our time in a physical body, and must discover the true rhyme and reason for our existence at this very moment in time alone. Our self-awareness alerts us to a inner stirring that there is another component to our meaning and purpose for being alive. Drawing our time together, I will open your heart and mind to that spiritual component that equalizes or balances our dialogue between our physical mind and our spiritual heart. In earlier talks, I tried to explain why each of us had to slow down our lives enough to double filter all our thoughts through our spiritual heart and physical mind in order to reach a balanced or a more balanced, more in harmony, at one-ment or all-encompassing decision. I had hoped that the internet would give me the opportunity to reach out to closed-minded, unconscious souls who have been brainwashed and conditioned to think, believe, and act under the influence of selfism. I had hoped that the internet, being the playground of the innocent and young, some young, bright person might see the value of my Truth Talks and cause sort of a mob reaction that the evil side of life can seem to instigate and inspire, and they would be able to go ahead and inspire those that were lost, alone, bullied, suffering from some sort of less than happy self-worth. I will teach you that you are perfectly okay. You will learn that you are perfectly okay, and that no one, I mean absolutely no one outside your mind and your heart can hurt you other than you. This may seem like a broad, bold statement at this point in time, and it is. I have offered 28 previous talks trying to inspire some of you. I have a small list of subscribers and a small group of followers that I've been trying to pound through the Tweeterverse, because I don't know any other way to do it other than reach out right now and hopefully that the right person hears me at the right time, because in the course of our discussions you will find out that timing is a key component of happiness and life in general. When you make bad, evil decisions, you are out of time, you're out of sync, you're out of balance, and you will never be at the right time, at the right place, no matter what. This evilness and its emotional fears, doubt, hate, shame, guilt, anger, deceit will keep you from ever being in the right place at the right time. Trust me on that one. If you don't listen to anything else I have to say. I tried in all my previous talks to get you to understand that selfism is the remnant or the outcome of being too attached to the physical world only. It is a remnant from that physical, herd-minded, unconscious existence when we were all part of a herd, and that herd had to protect everyone. However, when Adam and Eve stepped out and began arguing over an apple, a flower, or whatever, but their visions of reality were entirely unique and one of a kind. I've tried to stress this because they are coming from a physical perspective. No two people can see the same object from the same physical angle. I explained how Einstein proved this to be a practical part of his theory of relativity. And I have tried to get you to realize through my past discussions that wherever you are right now is the result of everything you've decided and the reality world outside of you has decided. And wherever you are right now, it's your free choice, it's your free will to be a more happy and a better person than you are at this moment in time. I have tried through what I thought was a logical progression in laying out the details and outlines and giving you the intentions of my discussions. And they are truthfully to get you to eventually purchase my book, Slow Down and Love, because one of the things I realize, and you can too, one word rarely inspires or instills action on another, except maybe fire, and then everyone reacts to that. But I can say love, and everyone has a different. I can say respect, and oh yeah, I know what that is. But do you? I will explain in simple, honest, transparent terms, because my book uses my mistakes in my life to get me to this point in time to reach out to you and convince you that I do have something good to offer. It is not bad, it is not evil, it is none of the emotional garbage and baggage that you have at this moment in time, because you'll leave that in the past where it belongs. I tried to use Jesus's statement to the devil or to Satan, "Get thee behind me." He was reaching out, trying to, in his words and his terms, and all the interpretations of thousands and thousands and thousands of people over succeeding generations, to explain the past is the past, the devil is in the past, Satan is in the past, the demons are in the past, if you choose to accept that truth. But we are so brainwashed and conditioned and into our belief system that where we are right now, we say, well, what I believe is something I feel to be true. Well, what if it isn't? All I am going to do is get you to question boldly, as Jefferson asked each of us, even the image you have of God. I want you to question boldly in this respect. I am a God-fearing person. I believe in a creator. I just don't believe in the institutionalized method that so many people are trying to utilize to explain their point of view, because that's all it is. It's their point of view and how they've been conditioned by the circumstances in their life to present that argument at this point in time. I want you to search deep inside yourself for that creator and that creator's voice, because I discovered it, and I discovered it the hard way. I made one bad decision that 35 years ago forced me to slow down and love the moments that I was in, because I had to go to the state and federal penal system for 23 months combined, and during that time I refined a lot of the thoughts and began writing my first chapter of the book, Slow Down and Love. The title came to me, the vision came to me, but the timing didn't come to me. I still was paying the karma the retribution of that past mistake. And I had to live through and deal with plenty of circumstances where right now, if you listen to some of my previous ones, this is the darkest my future has ever looked at 71. My wife and I worked all our lives, and we have a small business, and it is at risk of collapsing and failing, even with 45 years of experience. The economy has gotten so bad that traditional methods of banking no longer work. We need to get back to that era or that age that I grew up through, 50s, and it started leaving us in the 60s, and when honor, dignity, character, truth, respect, the flag, a God meant something. Now we battle over whose opinion is better than the others. You see it on the internet. You see kids being able to bully other kids simply by being nasty and mean, evil. I am going to get you to stop looking through those evil prisms out at the world. As long as it takes, and as long as it takes me to convince you to spread the word, eventually, hopefully, buy the book, but you don't need to. I will cover a lot of stuff, but I'll give you a reason to buy it in my next Truth Talk. But in the course of the next 4 or 5 discussions with you, I intend to attack some very sensitive topics. I intend to enlighten you to why I believe there is a conflict between the black culture and the white culture. It's simply a program point of view on both sides, because no matter what color you are, you still suffer from the disease of selfism if you aren't aware of that yet. In my previous discussions, I've tried to clarify that in some unique statements, but I'll get into that further. I also intend to attack another sensitive topic, the battle between the gay and the anti-gay community, the church's view and the liberal view. There has to be a medium there, because it is getting out of hand. Those on this side are just as vicious as the far left progressives, who now take advantage of what they perceive as a weakness in this side. And that isn't the case. You're just being more selfish than you can imagine, because you're going to create a situation that will have a backlash. Trust me, when things are so far out of whack, there's always karma and retribution to come and level the playing field again. And it'll happen. I also intend to discuss the issue and topics of the war on women through the anti-abortion and the abortion, or the pro-life and the anti-life segments of society. And that's mostly a liberal left side. And I'll clarify that. And I devote chapters in book 2 titled Freedom, which was a book that I wrote about the 35 years after I got out of incarceration, where I was forced to search and develop the introspection that was necessary, and slowed me down purposely in order to write the words I wrote, just trying to explain the title. Because if I said slow down and love, many of you guys would be confused. But so I had to explain that through those 2 volumes in the thousands and hundreds of thousands of words, to explain to you to learn how to just do the right thing, drawing every now moment, present moment of time. I will also discuss the political battles that are going on between the right and left from a more balanced central perspective. But most importantly, I intend to draw your attention to the Wounded Warriors program and all our American veterans and those who have served in any capacity as a servant of the public. They are disrespected, have been more respected these current years, because a lot of people realize without their sacrifice and courage we wouldn't have the freedom to be as stupid as we are. I intend to really concentrate on how I can help those with the pangs and suffering of being a wounded warrior, or suffering any of the anxieties that they're left over, because I'm going to teach you how to leave those in the past and say, man, I'm okay, I am going to do the right thing, and I am going to be a better person because I've had an experience and lived at the edge where most people can't even imagine. I know I can't, and I have a great imagination, but there's no way that I can relate to the first-hand experience that many of our veterans and wounded warriors have endured and suffered. So I ask you, those that understand what I'm trying to say, because I should be able to strike a chord in the few that have followed me, and in the ones that are caught up in their own little rat race merry-go-round, and if they want to jump off and listen up, I invite and I challenge all of you to bring more to our next meeting. But I know that my last discussion was a little lengthy, so this one I intend to cut off right now, because like I always say, I can talk for hours about trying to gain more self-awareness and more self-enlightenment, because I do every day, and I will share those enlightenments as we go along. So until this coming Wednesday, when I give another Truth Talk, Godspeed. Thank you.